There is a hidden desire within me, a longing I've kept veiled, not because I'm ashamed, but because I fear vulnerability. To share it would be to expose parts of my soul that I've carefully protected for so long. Yet, in my silence, I wonder if I am missing the chance for a deeper connection, one that transcends fear and embraces the truth of who I am. My heart aches with a desire so secret, it almost feels like a whispered prayer to the universe, one that only I can hear. I am afraid to speak it aloud, for fear that it will reveal too much of my true self, the self I'm still learning to understand. But even in my silence, that desire grows louder, urging me to trust in the beauty of sharing my deepest yearnings. Every thought I have about my secret desire feels like a hidden treasure buried deep within my soul. It is a longing so intense, yet so fragile, that I fear it may break under the weight of reality. But perhaps the greatest act of courage is not in hiding it, but in revealing it to the world and to myself. I have a secret desire that haunts me in the quiet moments, in the spaces between breaths, and in the silences of my heart. It is a yearning for love, a love that is both divine and earthly, and yet I am afraid to share it, for fear it may not be understood. What if the world cannot hold the sacredness of my longing? In the depths of my being, I carry a secret desire that calls to me in the stillness of the night. I long for connection, for a bond that transcends time and space, yet I am afraid to speak it. What if my vulnerability is met with misunderstanding? What if the truth of my heart is too much for others to bear? There is a quiet longing in my soul, a secret that I am afraid to voice. It is the desire for a love so pure, so transformative, that it could change everything. But with this desire comes fear, fear of rejection, fear of disappointment, fear of never finding someone who truly understands the depth of my feelings. Sometimes, the greatest desires are the ones we dare not speak aloud, for they are too vulnerable, too intimate to share. But even as I keep this desire hidden, I can feel its power, its energy, pulsing within me. I know that it is a part of me, and perhaps the greatest act of love I can offer is the courage to bring it into the light. My heart holds a secret desire, one that I've kept hidden for so long, even from myself. It is a longing for something more, something deeper, a connection that transcends the mundane. But I am afraid to share it, for fear that it may be misunderstood, or that it may be too much for anyone to bear. In the quiet moments when the world fades away, my secret desire comes to life. It whispers to me in a language only my soul understands, urging me to reach out, to connect, to love. But I am afraid, afraid of the unknown, afraid of the vulnerability that comes with sharing my deepest thoughts and feelings. There are desires in my heart so deep, so profound, that I fear they could never be understood by anyone else. I keep them hidden, afraid that sharing them would reveal too much of who I truly am. But sometimes I wonder if the very act of sharing my secret desires could be the key to unlocking a love more powerful than I've ever known. I have a secret desire that I dare not speak of, for it feels too sacred, too delicate to expose to the world. It is a desire for love that transcends the physical, a connection that reaches into the very depths of the soul. But what if no one is ready to understand the kind of love I am yearning for? In my heart, there is a secret desire, a whisper of something beautiful that I am afraid to give voice to. It is the longing for a love that is pure and unshakable, a love that heals and transforms. But I fear that if I share this desire, it will be dismissed, misunderstood, or worse, rejected. Every time I think of my secret desire, I feel a mixture of excitement and fear. It is a dream so vivid, so powerful, that I am almost afraid to bring it into reality. What if it is too much for the world to handle? What if I am not ready to receive the love I truly seek? There is a desire within me that I've kept hidden for far too long. It is the longing for a deep spiritual connection, one that transcends the ordinary and touches the divine. But I am afraid to share it, for fear that others will not see the beauty in such a pure and sacred longing. My secret desire is a song that plays softly in my heart, a melody of love, hope, and connection. Yet I am afraid to sing it aloud, for fear that it will fall on deaf ears. I long for a love that is both earthly and divine, but I wonder if such a love is too much for anyone to comprehend. Sometimes I wonder if my secret desire is too much to ask for. It is a longing for love so deep, so true, that it feels like a divine calling. But I am afraid to speak it, afraid that my desire might scare others away or make me seem too vulnerable, too needy. My heart carries a desire that I keep locked away, hidden from the world. It is a yearning for connection, for love that is pure and transformative, but I am afraid to share it for fear that others may not understand the depth of my feelings or the sacredness of my longing. There is a secret desire in my soul that I long to share, but I am afraid to speak it aloud. It is a yearning for love that transcends the physical, a connection that reaches into the very depths of who I am. But what if I'm asking for too much? What if I am setting myself up for disappointment? I have a secret desire that I am too afraid to voice, for fear that it will reveal too much of myself. It is a longing for a love that is both spiritual and earthly, a connection that is deeper than anything I have ever known. But even in my silence, this desire grows stronger, urging me to take the leap and share my truth. There is a secret within me, a desire so deep and so pure that it fills every corner of my being. But I am afraid to speak it aloud, for fear that it will expose my vulnerability and leave me open to rejection. Yet, in the quiet of my heart, I know that this desire is part of my soul's journey. My secret desire is like a flickering candle, its light soft but steady. I have kept it hidden for so long, afraid of what others might think, afraid of revealing too much. But in the stillness of my heart, I know that this desire is a part of me, and someday I will have the courage to share it with the world. There is a longing within me that I cannot ignore, a secret desire that has quietly shaped the way I live, love, and dream. But I am afraid to share it, for fear that it will be misunderstood, or worse, dismissed. Yet, deep inside, I know that this desire holds the key to unlocking something extraordinary. My heart holds a desire that is both fragile and powerful, a longing for a connection that transcends the ordinary. I am afraid to speak it aloud, for fear that it will expose my deepest vulnerabilities. But sometimes I wonder if the very act of sharing my desire could bring me closer to the love I seek. In the quiet moments of my life, I hear the whispers of a secret desire, a longing for something deeper, something more. But I am afraid to give voice to it, for fear that others won't understand, or worse, that it will be too much for anyone to bear. Yet, I can feel it growing stronger, urging me to trust in its power. There are times when I feel as though my secret desire is all that defines me, a longing so powerful that it shapes every thought, every action, every breath. But I am afraid to share it, for fear that it will be misunderstood, or that I will be rejected for wanting something so pure and unearthly. I have a secret desire that feels like a prayer whispered to the universe, one that I am too afraid to speak aloud. It is a yearning for love, for connection, for a bond that is both spiritual and physical. But I am afraid to share it, for fear that my desire may not be worthy of fulfillment.